Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I have a review on the M16A3, so let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright guys, so if you know they are pretty much popular for making gas blowback rifles. So that is what this is. It is not an HPA or AEG. I use propane for it. You can use green gas, but propane and green gas are pretty much the same thing. I use propane because where I live you can get it like anywhere. So it's much more available than buying green gas. So starting off at the front, you got a orange birdcage flash hider. As you know, in the US, you gotta have the orange flash hider, at least when you purchase it, but you can swap it out for a black flash hider, gray flash hider, whatever color you want pretty much. And you got the barrel here, and there are, just to let you guys know, there are pretty much no markings on this rifle except for the safe semi and auto. And then up front, I'll show you a close-up. There it says CMP 556 NATO. And obviously 556 is what the real M16 would use. So moving back, we have a bayonet lug up at the front, so if you want to be all up close and personal and get that bayonet on there. They got the front triangle sight, and one thing that is worth noting is it says that the front sight is adjustable. I cannot get it adjusted. You know, I've tried to do what you do on a real AR-15, and it won't adjust, so I have no clue how to get it adjusted at all. But I've emailed WeTech, no response from them, so hopefully I can figure out how to get it. So moving back a little bit, we have a front sling mount here, and then you have the handguard here. So the handguard is, I wouldn't say it's cheap feeling, but it's cheap feeling, if I'm gonna be honest here. It's already starting to separate right here, and I haven't even had done an actual game with this yet. I've just been doing some shooting drills and stuff like that. There are already chips out of the handguard and stuff. So if you want, I would recommend replacing this with an actual handguard. So yeah, it's just really cheap. It's cheap feeling in the hands. You can feel movement wobble in place of it, and that seems to be a trend with WeTech guns. Like the M16A1, it's got a really bad handguard too. It's real cheap. It creaks and stuff. This one doesn't make any sounds, but it's separating and it feels cheap. So I would recommend getting a different handguard for this rifle. Moving back here, obviously we got the delta ring. Some people call it a slip ring. Whatever you want to call it, it's fine with me. But you would pull this back, and then you can take your handguard apart. You can use this for getting to the gas tube as well. So yeah, I will show you later a video of the internals and stuff. I'll go ahead and open it up, and I'll show you the charging handle bolt, what the lower looks like. So, and now moving back into the fun stuff, we got the dust cover here. This is a problem with the WeTech. Pretty much a lot of airsoft guns, whether it be AEG or gas blowback, is the dust cover does not like to stay closed. Now this is a real, not sure, I'm pretty sure it's an AR-15 dust cover. It could be off of an M16, I don't know. But this is a real steel dust cover here. And it will not close because the part right here that holds the pin that would lock into place on the upper here, it's too big, so it just hits the bolt and it opens. Same problem with the one that actually came with it, is you just have to sit there closing it until eventually it would close. And then if they had like a slight bump on it, it would open. So I'm not sure what's going on there. The pin on the real one right here that would lock it in, if you have the bolt back and you lock it, it locks into place just fine, and there's a nice click. Yeah, so it's just a real nice click. Let it go, and as you can see, it'll open. But if we lock the bolt back, closes just fine, no problems with it. But it does, you know, it covers, kind of. But when you pull back, so if we just hold this right here, when you pull back on the charging handle, it does open, just like how it would on a real M16. Here, also just mentioned, we got the front pin right here, so you'd push that out to take apart the whole rifle if you want to separate the upper from the lower. Right here, magazine release. It releases the magazine, so it does that job just right. Here you can see the bolt carrier right here. As you can see, it is it goes all the way back, so it's not like an AEG where you pull it back and it only goes like right to there. On this rifle too, pop up is right in here, so you would take the included Allen key and you would you can adjust your hop up from in there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for up here. This side is pretty bare. It's not for left-handed users like the real M16. We got the rear pin right here. This is the other side of the fire selector. Then obviously you got your nice pistol grip here. This is polymer. So this is a full metal rifle, by the way. It's pretty much exactly how a real M16 would be. So handguard, plastic, pistol grip polymer, stock polymer, but everything else, and the knob for adjusting your sight here, and the knob right here for adjusting as well, those were made of plastic, polymer, whatever. But everything else is metal, just like the real M16. Oh, flash hider is plastic too. So barrel's metal, obviously inside the fake gas tube is metal, upper lower metal, carry handle metal, charging handle metal. You pretty much get it. All the internals are metal as well. One thing to point out here, I don't know if this is just mine, but the carry handle wobbles back and forth. Now this is fully tightened, so the bolts on this side fully tightened. I don't know what's going on with it. I tried putting a different carry handle on it. It seems to work. And what I've pretty much figured out is on the inside for the Picatinny rails up here, on the carry handle, at least, like, so what you're putting on the rail, is there's a rod, obviously the rod that goes through, which locks it in place between the rail parts. It's a lot smaller on this, so it wobbles. But if you have a carry handle with a rod that's bigger, it will not wobble at all, which is good, I guess. But so the one that comes with it, not super fantastic. You do have a scope mount, and I will show a scope on here later in the firing demo. So we can move on to the other side now. And as you can see here, we got the bolt release. So if you pull back, press the bottom bolt release here, and if I go ahead and push it, it obviously releases the bolt. And so you pull back the charging handle and push down right here to lock the bolt back. And then right here we got the fire selectors. So you got safe, semi, and then auto. And then obviously here's the knobs for taking the carry handle on and off. Charging handle, you got to pull on this obviously to be able to pull back the charging handle. If you try to pull it from the other side, it does not work. And then also, I can't believe how I missed this, we got the forward assist right here. And the cool thing about this is the forward assist actually does work. So if your bolt gets locked back, like right here, there's something in the way, you can go and push forward assist, and it will push the bolt carrier forward. So if in theory, if it was back here, you could push forward assist all the way until it would lock the bolt in place. So that's pretty much it. Oh, another thing, we got the, I forget what it's called. It's like a brass shield, something like that. Essentially on the real one, when you're firing and it's, the empty casings are coming out, this makes sure that it doesn't come flying back at you, which is pretty neat. So yeah, I'll show you the guys the carry handle too in an up close part, because it's kind of hard to show you out here. So let's go ahead and, oh yeah, can't forget about the trigger. The trigger does its thing, obviously it fires. And then in the back here, it is like 40 degrees out here, so my hands are kind of cold. Let me go ahead and try to get this open for you here. All right, so you can open up, there's a little compartment in the back. Right now I have the included barrel wrench that came with this, so that is in the back right here. And I do have it wrapped in bubble wrap, so when it slides around the stock a little bit, it doesn't make a metal noise inside, you know. So you just pull down on this and you open it, and then to close it, you just close it, obviously. And then there's also the rear sling mount right here. This is fixed, it does not move. And then up here, this one swivels. Alrighty guys, so we have the WeTech M16A3 here. It is worth mentioning that this scope does not come with the rifle, and I just put that on there myself. So yeah, let's go ahead and load her up, and we'll take a couple shots down range. So the wood down there with the paper target and 3 cans on it, that is about 55 feet away. Those 2 Mountain Dew bottles about 50 feet. And of course, the very poorly stacked, whatever you want to call that there, is about 40-45 feet away. So all of these are filled up with propane. It is worth mentioning also that it is about 45 degrees today. So the propane will not be able to operate at its fullest, best operating temperature, whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead, aim down range here. I'm going to be using the iron sights on here for this, because the scope is not sighted in. So let's go ahead, take safety off. We'll go ahead, we'll start with those 2 Mountain Dew bottles. let's go ahead and do that. Metal cans. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the camera here so we can get a little bit of slow motion, because when you fire this thing on full auto, a lot of gas likes to come out of it and it looks super cool. All right guys, well, so before we go ahead and do full auto here in the slow motion, I just realized that I did not go for those 3 cans down there by the paper. So, and I also realized that I completely forgot to put my iPro on. You probably should wear your iPro when you're shooting. And of course I'm wearing a hat right now, so it's making it more difficult to put them on. There we go. So I'm gonna go and take maybe 5 shots at those metal cans down there, then I'll go ahead and move the camera and we'll do that slow motion. Pop this mag in. There we go. Finally, I'm actually able to hit something here. There we go. I'm also sorry about the camera quality, because in slow-mo on iPhone, the camera quality drops significantly. So it looks like on the phone, it looks like 720p, even though it says HD on there. Apparently 720p is still HD. So let's go ahead, aim down range, switch her to full auto here, and here we go. That was a lot of fun. I did not see as much gas come out of the barrel and the ejection port here as I would have hoped to see, but it was still shooting this thing in full auto is a blast. Yeah, but shooting an AEG is, you know, it's fun, but nothing compares to shooting a gas blowback rifle on full auto. This thing is just absolutely fantastic. The nice little bit of recoil there, and then at the very end when the bolt locks back, it's for airsoft, you just can't beat it. It's so much more fun than shooting any AEG. Alrighty guys, so like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the disassembly on this rifle, but first I'm gonna go ahead and show you the sights. So as you can see, we got I'm trying to show this to you here, it's kind of difficult. So right here we have the smaller sight, or what some people call the daylight sight, rear sight, people call it nighttime sight. So your smaller sight here with the smaller aperture is going to be for longer range when you have enough daylight to obviously see. Then your smaller, or your bigger one, excuse me, right here, is going to be used for low light, more up close. So that's the sights, and then as you can see, you can adjust it right here. So when you do this, the rear goes up. Then when you do this one, it will move the sight back and forth. So let's go ahead and disassemble this. So I'm going to go ahead and pull back. Whoops, pull back charger. My hands are freezing, by the way. That's why I'm doing all this. Check the chamber, nothing in there. All right, so let's go ahead and punch out this rear pin right here. There we go. And just like a real AR M16, whatever you want to call it, it opens up. Let's go ahead and pull the charging handle back. And as you can see, we have your bolt carrier right here. There it is. This is what the forward assist grabs onto to push it forward. Obviously, we got that. So there is the bolt right there. Now let's go and pull the charging handle out. Here's the charging handle right there. You can go ahead and set these off to the side right here. And if we want, all right, so, and then here are the knobs for taking on and off your carry handle, just so you can see that. Then here is the lower down here. So right here we have let me go and take this out right here. This is obviously where the buffer tube is. Let me go, I can't really see past the camera here, sorry guys. So we have the spring right here. And then this is for, so when you're firing, obviously, so this is down like here, when you're firing, the bolt comes back, so it compresses. This is to make sure that it doesn't do any damage. Let's go ahead and put this back into here. All right, and then here is into the rest of the upper right there. I'm trying to go and show you guys. So now I can go ahead and pull back. Let's go ahead and reassemble this. So That's how you do a quick disassemble to reassemble. You just find the spot for your charging handle, rest it in like that, take your bolt, push it in, and then you can go ahead and just push everything forward. Right, put it back together, go ahead and close it, push your pin. Now, so for this, you can go ahead, I'm gonna go and do this off camera because it's kind of hard to do it sitting down, but you would pull back on this, then you can access your handguard. Not access your handguard, you can take off the handguard, excuse me. So there are the two handguard pieces right there. Here's what it looks like without the handguard on. So you just pull back, like I said, pull back on this, take the handguard out. So there's the fake gas tube right there. So you can take everything off. So up front right here, let me go and zoom in a little bit. Pull this back a little bit more. You guys can see it. So that's take the gas tube out. Then I've heard a lot of videos and stuff I've seen where you have to take that out to get the gas tube out. Then you have to take the whole barrel and stuff out. That's not true. All you do is punch out the gas tube pin. You can feed it through the up right here, pull it out, do whatever you need to do. I had to take the whole barrel off to do the dust cover change. So let's go ahead and put this back together. So there's it reassembled. And let me go and show you. So here's the carry handle wobble in case you guys couldn't see it when I was showing you earlier. There's the carry handle wobble. So it's, you know, it's not a huge deal, but when you're moving it back and forth, it makes a lot more noise than it would if it actually stayed put. So that's all for the internals and taking this apart. Just basic stuff. And since this is in the pistol grip, but in here, since it's not an AEG, it is a hollow pistol grip, just like the real deal. So that's all for this part. So thank you for watching my review on the WeTech M16A3. If you guys want to see more airsoft videos, I can do that. We're going to be doing obviously some airsoft battles and stuff here soon. So yeah, just go ahead and comment down below if you want to see more airsoft stuff. Be sure to like the video and please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.